after a near-death experience, a few highly amazing moments that, will never be seen from behind the camera here, but we're here now, finally. After a cute false starts, whatever, we bring you the comics. We're the Comic Monkeys. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, you know the drill.
Pretty much. Morgan filled in for Mr. Will for the Professor of Marvel video. I guess you would be the assistant professor of Marvel, maybe.
Teacher's assistant of Marvel.
Teacher's assistant of Marvel. So make sure to check that out because there's a lot of new Marvel books. But Mr. Morgan will also bring you the best of the non-Marvel.
Oh, okay, sure. Put it on me. Why not?
That's right.
Here's that hot new business. This is the second issue of James Bond by Warren Ellis and Jason Masters. The first issue from Dynamite sold out so fast. So fast. We're still waiting on, second printings of
Actually,
that.
I just found out right now that it's back in stock. We just ordered some. So,
Ooh,
2 weeks.
Look at that. He's on it. But this is the second issue of the Vargur storyline, which, of course, Warren Ellis would make the story arc's name unpronounceable.
Of course.
It involves, some weird drugs in Britain causing these punks to, tear their bodies up, and, some weird cybernetics stuff also, and also James Bond taking on the workload of the deceased 009, I want to say, or was that Sean Bean? I don't know. He's taking over the workload of another 00 agent, and he's going about it in a pretty, vicious way, sort of more akin to the novel character.
Yeah, I thought that was more based on the novel stuff, right?
Yeah, which is probably a good move, honestly.
The novel stuff is heavy.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Man with the Golden Gun there was no, playground of death stuff there.
No, there's,
More like fist fight in the mud.
Yeah, right? From DC Comics, bring you Robin War, Part 1 of many parts, but only Part 1 of 2 of the main bookends here. Robin War will be crossing into Grayson, Robin, We're Robin, I think that's it.
I'm pretty sure.
That's it. But basically, there are a lot of Robins now, in case you haven't noticed. There are almost as many to rival the Avengers, but different company, Anyway, all of the Robins come together here, and guess what they do? I'll give you one guess.
I don't know. Do they, eat sandwiches? Shawarma, maybe?
They might shawarma. Maybe that's in the second issue, but no, this one, violence. Lots and lots of violence. Brought to you by Jorge Corona, who does the We Are Robin book, Kerry Randolph, who's that? Tom King, I think it is.
Tom King's
doing the scripting. There's literally 8 artists on this because there's just so much Robin that they couldn't get one dude to have it. Also, Red Hood is in this, so it's probably going to run through Red Hood as well. But yes, if you want to see the sidekick take the spotlight, this will be Robin War.
And speaking of wars, over from Valiant we have Ninjak: The Shadow Wars.
Yeah.
This is the second volume of the ongoing Ninjak series, which sees Secret Agent. Oh man, I was hoping it would have his real name on the back here. I don't remember the guy's real name. He's awesome. He's this British kid who grew up watching a whole bunch of kung fu movies, being raised by his abusive butler, and then...
Which is scary.
Yeah,
that was
some really messed up flashback stuff. But he grows up to become a badass white ninja, just like that guy in Enter the Ninja. Less mustache, though.
And not Storm Shadow.
And this sees him taking down the Shadow Council. I think they're called the Shadow 7, actually, or something. But they're the ones that were linked to the big sumo wrestler-looking guy from the first volume.
That guy. Okay,
yeah.
He was the main bad guy dude. Yeah, that's right.
And this has got art by Raoul Allen, who did some awesome Bloodshot Reborn. Yeah. He's on the new Wrath of the Eternal Warrior series.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's also got Clay Mann, the regular artist in the first volume, Steven Segovia, and Juan Jose Rip, and it's all written by Matt Kint, the master of modern espionage.
That's right. And speaking of kind of espionage-y, crimey things on dark street corners, we bring you Carver, a Paris story by newcomer Chris Hunt, who has a distinctly similar style to Paul Pope, but that's okay because he got Paul Pope to do the last 3 pages in here and do a variant cover for him. So it's pretty good to have your kind of person you're inspired by give you the nod, which is cool. But this follows Carver, in Paris, obviously. Kind of noir, forgotten, who I am type of deal. Evil, bad guy with mask and suit, cute kind of Casanova type of deal.
Yeah, looking like some kind of plantation Cobra Commander.
Kind of Cobra Commander, but this looks pretty cool. It's new from Z2 Comics. There's a new company that's coming out. It's a nice production, it's a nice book, and, it's... Even rip-off Paul Pope art is not bad. I mean, there's barely enough of it anyway, so this is welcome. It should be very cool.
And I've got another collection here, actually. This is Volume 1 of Dark Horse's Harrow County. It's written by the prolific Cullen Bunn, and drawn, inked, and painted by Tyler Crook, who has really stepped up his game since his BPRD days.
Yeah. Which was not too long ago.
Yeah,
in fact, he did
I'm
BPRD,
pretty sure he's
like,
still
right
doing
off of
BPRD
that.
like every once in a while.
No, that's really good.
But this follows the adventures of a girl named Emmy, who's turning, I want to say 18 in the first issue here, and discovering that along with adulthood comes a strange legacy of witchcraft. Yes, there are lots and lots of witches in Harrow County, many of whom were burned at the stake, or hung from trees, or murdered in various gruesome ways.
That's what they do to witches.
Yeah, and that tends to leave ghosts. So there's witches, ghosts, skinless monsters, all kinds of bad stuff going on. So you could sum that up as countless haints. Apparently haints is like some kind of southern word for haunts. I don't know about that. Cullen Bunn explained all that in the back of the first issue, and I promptly forgot it. But this is a really, really, really cool series here. There's not enough, like, nuanced horror like this coming out
right now. And it's gorgeous. Like, if you're digging Colder or Nailbiter or anything like that. And then, straight on the other side of the spectrum, as it were, we bring you the very, very amazing and psychedelic Space Riders. By the minds of Fabian Rangel and the most awesome Alexis Zarit, man of many psychedelic gradients. Not as many as Jane Stocco, but that's a whole other thing. Anyway, this sees space whales. This sees Soriyama, kind of strange sex bot characters, giant baboons with guns, and one-eyed space pirates that stab you in the eye when they get betrayed.
And Vikers.
And
Viking space bikers.
Yeah. This has been the breakout hit from Black Mask, along with We Can Never Go Home this past year, and there was a hardcover on Local Comic Shop Day this past week, which we do still have, but if you're on a budget, $13, 4 issues, acid not included. You have to talk to me afterwards. But did I mention space whales?
You know what you did mention, actually? We Can Never Go Home. Whoa, look at that.
Oh my god, it's like I segued.
Yeah, right? This is the final issue of the miniseries, which has been renewed, as they say in the TV business, for a second season.
Cool.
Funny enough, we actually got in the hardcover special edition for Local Comic Shop Day before this last issue came out. But now, in case you're reading it in the single issues, we've got the concluding chapter for you right here.
And a nice hardcover if you want the whole batch.
Why not both, man? But this has been a really, really fun series so far. It takes place in the 80s, and it's got a sort of youthful spirit to it, a lot like Deadly Class, actually. It's got 2 teenage runaways, one of whom has superpowers, and one of whom has a gun and is kind of a jerk. But it's a lot of fun. He's a jerk with a heart of gold, for sure. And dead parents, and yeah.
Those things that equal hearts of gold, yeah.
It's a really, really fun book, actually. Like,
I'm glad to see it got renewed.
Yeah, me
Black
too.
Mask is really doing a good job pushing new product, and the biggest thing has just been trying to keep it in stock, so which they've been doing a better job of. And probably the biggest release this week, at least as far as the internet is concerned. Private Eye by the ever-prolific, highly popular Brian K. Vaughan, and the amazingly talented Marcos Martin with colors by Munsta Vicente. Freaking gorgeous. We all know that Marcos Martin is awesome, and if you didn't, he is. Go look him up.
Yeah, go read his Spider-Man. That is
but
top tier.
This is like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is the format that I want to do it in. Originally produced online for free, all 10 issues, in the format that you would have had it on the screen, hardcover from Image Comics, lots of extras, $50. This is absolutely the Christmas present for everyone who's been reading Saga, who maybe is caught up or whatever. Maybe you want to show them that there are other comics than Saga, and you can use Brian K. Vaughan and segue them into the Private Eye. This is kind of a mystery suspense thing where everyone has a mask, and it's the idea of the masks and the walls that we wear around each other and in society, and a private investigator who has to cut through all that and find the truth in the illusion. So, which is very cool. It smells really good too.
Yeah.
Actually, this is
a dank smelling comic.
Really good smell comic. And then the last one, which
oh hey,
this
look at that.
round 3 of Fife's Copra. I've been rereading Copra, and I'm on issue like 10 right now, 11. I can only do one a day because they're that good. This is by far one of the greatest comics in existence. Certainly one of the top 5 being produced right now. This is issues 13 through 18, which is the standalone single character issues after the second arc. You're a fool if you don't buy this. I'm just going to put that out there.
Basically. Unless you already have the single
then it's cool. Then we're all right.
In which case you're smarter than everybody else.
Exactly. In fact, I'd flip those, pay your rent, buy this. Anyway, that's going to be it this week, I think, unless there's anything else Mr. Morgan would like to add.
Unless, I mean, I could talk about all the other Copra issues we have.
We could go on about Copra a lot.
There is a 25th issue coming out eventually.
Soon.
Ish.
In the limbo things, it's coming. I know some of you have been looking for it, but we will have it when it gets here.
And it's going to be huge.
Yes! Alright guys, thank you. See you next week.